I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully.
Hi, sir. I'm Dipti Thore, and we are here at the Industry Talk with CV Magazine. We are talking to Mr. Pritesh Mahajan, who is the co-founder of Revamp Moto. Sir, tell us about your journey after Shark Tank Season 1 and how have you progressed from there on?
Okay, thanks, Dipti. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So, to talk about our journey at Revamp after Shark Tank, it has been tremendous. So, our episode was one of the most heated episodes on Shark Tank, and it was I would say it was really fun on the show because we were not prepared for that situation. We were not prepared for the best case scenario because we got the sharks fighting for the idea, for the concept that we were working on, and we were always prepared for the worst case scenario. And that episode actually, so in real, it went for 70-75 minutes. On air, it was around 19-20 minutes. So a lot of things happened, and it was, first of all, it was a very fantastic feeling for us because our idea got validated and it was getting validated on national television. And after the show got aired, we got tremendous response from the industry and from all across India. We got around 10,000 plus people showing interest to buy our vehicles, the low speed and the high speed, both vehicles, on our website. Apart from that, the Shark Tank platform actually gave us good recognition, good validation, and good platform for us to showcase what we are trying to build. And that gave us a good, I would say, pathway to the B2B clients, because working with B2B clients and fixing up meetings, getting their time, trying to explain them how our business would help their business. Usually it's a tedious task, not everyone gets that chance. So us being on Shark Tank, it kind of gave us that pathway to communicate with these players, and we have been doing fantastic after that. We have been getting a lot of opportunities to work with a lot of big names in the e-commerce industry, in the delivery industry, food delivery, or even grocery deliveries, any type of businesses that we can think on. That is specifically B2B. Again, to talk about B2C front from our end, we have also, whatever we pitched on Shark Tank, we have thought, why not go one step further than that? And now we are working on a model where we can actually provide our vehicles in the Mudra finance scheme by government, where we will finance the vehicle, we'll finance the attachment, and we'll also try to give some seed capital, working capital for individuals to start their own businesses. Okay. So we at Revamp, we would not only be selling just electric vehicles, but we'll also be empowering the society. Whatever we had our vision. So our vision is to empower the society by providing sustainable and adaptive solutions. And that is where we are working on such empowerment, where we'll also try to support the society and the ecosystem by generating more job opportunities and creating more micro entrepreneurs, or even tying up with B2B clients and giving a pathway to all the walk-in customers at our showrooms to patch up with these guys and work for these guys, because we already have connects with the B2B clients. They need people, they need workforce, they need specialized vehicles. We have the specialized vehicles. We'll have walk-in people who will want to buy these vehicles, and they would work with the B2B clients. So overall, we are trying to work on a bigger picture than just selling electric vehicles. And after Shark Tank, it has been fantastic. There's a long way to go for us.
Yeah.
But we have started walking on that path.
So a bit more on the funds raised as of current and the draw for investors, if you can shed a light on that.
Sure. So before this, we raised $1 million in our seed round, and that included. So actually, on Shark Tank, we only got two sharks on camera, but off camera we got two more sharks. So on camera we had Anupam and Aman Gupta,
Okay.
and off camera we also have Ashneer and Piyush Bansal, and we have 2 crore investment from the sharks, and the remaining 5.7 crores from angel investors, from venture capital funds, because they saw us on Shark Tank. Even these guys felt there's potential in this idea.
Mhm.
And so we have raised $1 million till date. Now we are raising another $4 to $5 million. This will be a split between major chunk will be in equity, and then a smaller part will be in debt also to finance our working capital. But I would say as a company, we are majorly focused on being a revenue and profit driven company and driven business instead of just funding driven business. So, which is where from next month we are actually starting our sales, and we are also setting up dealership networks. I would say majorly focused on 4 states, but there might be a couple of cities where people will start seeing our vehicles because of B2B clients. So we are going pan India in terms of distribution also.
Mhm.
So fundraising, it's in picture. Definitely, us being a startup would require funds to grow their business, and a little hand holding and guidance from
Mhm.
the industry experts. But I would say in the next 1.5 year, we would be in a position where we might not be much reliable or much relied on the funds that we are raising, but would be more relied on the funds that we are earning from revenues and profits.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dipti.
Yes. Yeah. So, is it okay to say you're profitable today?
Not really. Like I mentioned, we are looking at a path to profitability in the next 18 months to 24 months.
Okay.
Right now, again, there are multiple reasons why we are working on a model, and we are working on we have our business model charted in such a way that we would or we should not face a lot of losses. Right now, we are working on a net basis where we are not in a lot of losses. Also, we are not even profitable right now. Uh, Initial 1.5 year, we might have to pour in some money from our pockets also into the market. It would majorly be focused on acquiring the customers, providing good service networks, and also keeping our partners happy, as in the dealers happy, so that they make money in the front. So that is where company might take couple of hits, but post 2 years from today, we might get into break even, and we will become profitable. That is the goal that we are working on. We are not working on models where just like other startups for 5 or 10 years, there's no picture of profitability, and there's only top lines that are getting pumped up. The revenues are getting pumped up, but the profits are diminishing. So we are not working on such business models. We want to ensure that we make a sustainable and build a sustainable business out of this, and also ensure that by building simultaneously the sustainable business, we also empower the society. So I think 2 years down the line we'll be profitable.
What was your idea behind launching the transformable e-bike, and what were the challenges that you faced initially to overcome I mean, you have to commercialize it. So you might have faced some challenges. If you can let us know about that.
Correct. So that's a very interesting question. Actually, we did not start Revamp with this idea.
Yeah.
Initially, when we started Revamp, I and my two co-founders, Jayesh and Pushkaraj, so we were working on just another electric vehicle. So we started working on a scooter model because we realized, there's good amount of potential in the market, but again, there's good amount of demand and supply gap which we can, fill. And which is where we started working on a scooter model. But then a lot of players started making buzz, like, Ola was entering the market. This I'm talking 2020, mid 2020, which is where Ola did their, marketing campaigns, 500 acres of properties and 2,400 crores of investments and all stuff. So that got us thinking. Even like Hero Electric was doing well in terms of sales. Okinawa was doing fantastic in sales. Ather was actually scaling up pretty rapidly. So Ather is a mammoth right now, but that time they were in a startup phase 2 years before. They were doing decent amount of sales, which got us thinking that, if we also get into scooter segment, we might, end up running in a rat race where we might not have the deep pockets to compete with all these big brands. And a lot of companies are entering into this, including the uh, 100-year-old IC vehicle manufacturing companies like Bajaj and Hero and all sort of companies. They are also entering. So we realized that we needed to pin and we need to fix a niche, target a niche, and work on that. Which is where we realize, why can't we make vehicles which will adapt to customers' use case instead of the customers adapting to the vehicle? Because if we see, that is how two-wheelers have been made till date. If we look at scooters or if we look at motorbikes, companies are making vehicles which they can sell to masses, and then customer have to do jugards. They have to decide between specific set of vehicles that are available in the market that will try to cater or accommodate his requirement. But then we realize, why can't we make a vehicle which will do the exact opposite thing? We kept the customer in the middle, and then we built a vehicle that will adapt as per the customer's requirement. And we realized there is no such vehicle in market. There are a couple of vehicles, but they are also doing just 50% of the job. 50% is still left for jugards. So we wanted to do something that will be properly organized, that will be properly engineered, and will help people avoid all the risky jugards that they are doing on two-wheelers, and make their lives easier. So which is where we came up with this idea, and we started working on India's first transformable EVs. And uh, I would say this is what would set us apart. And when we actually started working on this idea, the major thought process behind this idea was to make a difference in the society. We did not start this company only to build profits, and only because we also wanted to jump into this automotive industry and be one of the brand names. We wanted to do something much more for the country, something much more for the citizens of this country, the people who are actually supporting the economy and supporting the ecosystem of this country, who are keeping the country running, the hustlers on the ground. We realized that there is a gap that companies are not trying to solve for these people. Maybe there might be multiple reasons that they don't have right backgrounds or right finances available to buy these vehicles, and these are not repeat customers. So the other companies are not focusing much on them. They're focusing on the cream layer. We did not want to focus on the cream layer. We wanted to focus on the bottom of the pyramid, which is actually going to make a difference. So that is where we started working on that model, that we will empower and we'll start from the ground up. So once we, empower these guys, even they will start contributing to the economy. They will be brought in the tax brackets. They will, start paying taxes. The government and the entire economy will, start making money from them. They will contribute to this ecosystem, and they will be brought from an unorganized sector to an organized sector, because whatever gig workers today are working, around 85 to 90% of the gig workers are in the unorganized sector. So this is like one of our motto as a company, to bring those unorganized people and the unemployed people to an organized sector, to also give them employment, just not to sell EVs, but also to give them and support them in such a way that they also build their own businesses, or they also get some job opportunities. So that was the entire thought process behind building Revamp.
And were there any challenges which you faced, like?
Correct. So to talk about challenges, first of all, building a team was a challenge, because whenever we used to talk about our vision, our thought process, and whenever we used to talk to the industry experts, which we wanted to come and start working with us at Revamp, these people could not imagine whatever we are trying to trying to paint that picture. They could not imagine that picture, because they did not see this happening in the industry. So they were not completely I would say confident or convinced with what we are doing. So building a team was a challenge. Right now, so when we were on Shark Tank, we were a team of around 14 people. And right now we have scaled the team to 42 to 45 people right now. We are also, again, expanding our team. And in the next 5-6 months, we are expecting to, boost the team size to around 90 to 100 people. So this was one challenge. Another challenge was the infrastructure, because we are based in a tier 2 city. Nasik being a tier 2 city, the infrastructure is limited. There is one good thing that we are on a drivable distance to two major metro cities. One is Mumbai and one is Pune, and a major of our vendors are based out of there. So, but again, traveling consumes a lot of time from Nasik. Another point was the basic infrastructure of Nasik itself is not too strong to support startups like us. So there are no local strong vendors that are here. So that was another issue. Apart from the infrastructure, the funds were an issue, because before we went on Shark Tank, we were actually surviving on loans. So I took an unsecured loan from my father, around 35 odd lakhs. And basically we did not have funds to even pay our employees. So I would say I'm really thankful to the initial starting team, that we did not pay those guys for around 10 to 12 months. And we started paying them once the the funding hit the bank, and then we repaid the loan as well from the funding. So that was there. Another issue was also the technology that we are trying to work on. The product that we want to build, it also requires specifically designed and developed components. So the vendors that were out there in the market, they had specific set of components, but they were not pretty confident to take bets on an emerging startup. That they will design and develop a customized product for us, because they were not sure if we would actually make it into the market or not, or we would sustain or survive in the market. So those were a couple of problems that we faced. And I would say there a startup never goes out of problems. The problems just keep on changing from the scale that we are. So 1 year down the line, our problems are different. Today our problems are different. Today, what problems we are facing is to actually, whatever concept that we have built, to put it into production, and the operations of the entire company. So that is a challenge that we are facing right now. And I would say, like 1 year down the line, scaling up would be a challenge for us. Finding and reaching out to the masses, and whatever production capacity that we have planned right now. We have a production capacity of 1.5 lakh units annually. So to actually utilize that entire production capacity, and to also ensure that these vehicles are being offloaded in the market, the sales are happening. So those would be the challenges. So challenges will keep on shifting from time to time.
So